Sneaky Pinky. This story is from the 1960s. There was Tulip Girls College in Boksburg, South Africa. The college was 50 years old and was the most famous college in the city. One day, Perry, studying in the same college, was going to the bathroom on the first floor of the college. As soon as she went inside the bathroom, she saw a mirror on the wall in front of her, and she started looking at it and admiring herself. "My pink dress looks so good!" All the college girls are being jealous. Perry is looking at herself in the mirror, and suddenly the bathroom lights start flickering, and she got terrified. "Hey, what happened to the lights?" "Rats, I wanted to do my makeup. Let's go downstairs to the bathroom on that floor." Perry started going towards the door. Then the door closed suddenly. Perry was trying to open it, but the door was stuck. "What's happening? Why is this door not opening?" Perry tries opening the door, but then sees a message written on the wall with blood. She read the message fearfully. "I hate the color pink." Perry was horrified to see this, especially since her dress was pink. She began to beat on the door and yell for help. Then, behind her, a strange man appeared, whose half body was of a human and a half of animal. He had a knife in his hand. His hair was pink. The color of his eyes changed from black to white. He started moving towards Perry. As soon as Perry turned and saw, she screamed out loudly. The next day, Daisy and Helen were talking to each other in the college hall. Then Shelley came to them, and seeing them upset, started talking to them.
"Daisy, Helen, what happened? Why are you both so nervous? Didn't you hear what happened to Perry from the medical department? What happened? Perry came wearing a very beautiful pink-colored dress, and everybody loved it. So what's the cause for alarm? Yesterday, when Perry went to the bathroom on the first floor, suddenly the main door of the bathroom was closed, and the sound of her screaming started coming."
After some time, when the door opened automatically, Perry was lying on the ground.
And the most surprising thing is that it was written on the wall, "I hate pink."
After listening to all this, Shelley starts to get scared and checks her own clothes.
"Don't you worry. You haven't worn pink, Shelley. But who could have done such a thing? And what was his problem with the color pink?"
Then Miss Madison arrives there. All the girls start looking at her and calm down. "I know that all of you are nervous, but now we have closed the bathroom on the first floor and are also requested to avoid going on the first floor at all. It'll be better for all of us that way." Miss Madison left the girls with that warning. Shelley still had questions in her mind, whose answers she had yet to find. It had been a month since the accident with Perry happened, but still, the fear of the incident was in all the girls.
"It's been a month, and we still have no idea who was behind the death of Perry. What can we do, Shelley?"
Michelle, an old lady who was a cleaning worker in the college, overheard them.
"Stay away from all this if you can. I've been here for over 50 years. Trust me."
Shelley, Daisy, and Helen start to look at her shockingly.
"What do you know about this, Michelle?" "Yes. Have you been at this college for so many years?" "Yes, I have. This college was built by Mr. Tulip 50 years ago. This college was the first college in which only girls studied. Mr. Tulip had a son named Max Tulip. He was very spoiled, teasing any girl holding her hand, locking them in the bathroom. He considered he had a right over the girls of the college. He loved the pink color, so earlier the uniform of this college was also pink. One day, a girl got very upset because of this, and she locked him in the bathroom. it was a college vacation, and Max died inside the bathroom, alone. From then on, if anyone would go in that bathroom wearing pink, then she would be killed, just like Perry did.
So why didn't somebody put up a sign or something?
Because it would have spoiled the reputation of the college.
The next day, Shelley was concentrating on her book and walking, and Miss Madison was approaching her with coffee in her hand. Suddenly, Madison's eyes turned red, and she started moving towards Shelley. Madison collided with Shelley, and coffee was spilled on Shelley's clothing. Oh, I'm so sorry, Shelley. I don't know where my attention was.
It's okay, ma'am.
You come with me. I have a t-shirt. You can wear it.
Doesn't matter.
I'll clean it with water. It will get dry. No, it's my fault. Come with me. Madison tossed a bag to Shelley. Here you go. Wear this. Sometimes I have to stay in college late hours. I had kept it for that time. Okay, ma'am. The bathroom is there. Go and change. Shelley went to the bathroom and put on Miss Madison's t-shirt. There was a lot of darkness in that bathroom, due to which she could not see the color of the t-shirt. Shelley came out wearing a t-shirt and noticed that Miss Madison was not there.
Where did the teacher go? I also have to go to class. It's very late.
As soon as Shelley moved through the door slammed shut. Shelley was confused and heard the sound of someone coming out of the bathroom. Her senses were blown away by hearing that voice. When she looked back, a man was standing. The man looked terrible. Shelley screamed after seeing him.
Who are you?
This college is mine. I'm the owner, named Max.
Shelley trembled in fear, hearing Max's name.
Please let me go. Leave me.
Why are you wearing the pink color? Don't you know I hate the pink color?
Pink? I haven't...
She was shocked when she looked at herself. She had a pink color t-shirt on her.
Leave me. Let me go. I will never wear pink again. Please let me go.
I will not leave any girl. I will kill everyone.
Shelley started running towards the door. Max magically lifted her into the air and slammed her to the ground. Shelley was moaning painfully, and Max came close to her and grabbed her hair.
I have no friends in this bathroom. Will you come with me, Shelley?
No, please leave me, let me go. Max dragged Shelley by her hair and took her to the bathroom, and the bathroom door closed. After that day, Helen and Daisy try to find Shelley, but she's nowhere to be found. No one knew where Shelley suddenly disappeared. From a distance, Michelle was staring towards that first-floor bathroom.
I know. Now Shelley will never return.
The Sydney Harbor Bridge. 1970, Sydney. David Freeman was living a happy life with his family. His daughter Luna was his life.
Bye, sweetheart.
Bye, Daddy.
Luna was a very fickle little girl. She loved to help her mother, but every day, Luna would go completely silent for quite some time whenever she saw the photo of her grandpa, Ralph Freeman. Luna was very fond of this picture. She had to know everything about her grandpa.
Mommy, what was Grandpa like?
Your grandfather was very gentle. He built the famous Sydney Harbor Bridge. He even received an award.
I know all of this. Tell me something I don't know.
Luna, I told you as much as I know. If you want to know more, ask your father.
I've asked him many times, but he only tells me the same thing you just told me. Looks like both of you don't know anything about Grandpa.
It is best that you didn't know more about him for now. Feeling annoyed, Luna left. She knew that her mother and father were hiding something from her. But what? Luna started gathering information about her grandfather. She started searching for her grandfather in old newspapers. What are you doing?
I am reading old newspapers
But why?
to learn about Grandpa.
Bella got upset after hearing this. The very thing she feared was happening. That night, Bella told David about Luna's search.
Luna's curiosity is only going to keep growing.
Should we tell Luna the secret of her grandfather?
No, she's too young for that. We'll tell her everything when the time is right.
Today was Luna's 18th birthday celebration. The whole family was busy with the preparations. But Luna was standing in front of her grandfather's picture. David understood Luna's curiosity, so he went to her. David put a locket around Luna's neck and kissed her forehead.
Happy birthday, my love.
Thank you, Daddy.
The whole family's preparing for your party, and you're standing here looking at Grandpa?
Daddy, I want to know about Grandpa.
I've told you everything I know. What more do you want to know?
Daddy, you've only told me what other people know. You haven't shared any personal details about your daddy.
Luna. He was a very busy man. He used to work all the time. I don't know much about him because I didn't spend much time with him. When he retired, he was old and wasn't healthy enough to tell me about his life.
Okay, Daddy. But I want a gift from you. You can't say no. Promise me.
I promise.
I'd like to see Grandfather's Sydney Harbor Bridge.
What?
You said you wouldn't say no.
But that's too far. It will take too long to get there.
I don't care. I want to see the Sydney Harbor Bridge tomorrow. After speaking with her father, Luna helped her family with her birthday preparations. Both David and Bella were upset that night. Why did you say yes?
When did I say yes? Luna came up with the plan on her own.
She's only a child. You know that, right? That bridge is a curse for our family.
I know. But going to that bridge is fine. Nothing will happen. We will be back before nightfall.
I think you should just tell Luna the truth.
No, it's not the right time.
Bella and David could not sleep that night. The next morning, Luna happily got ready.
Daddy, I'm ready. Hurry up, we're gonna be late.
I'm coming.
Reluctantly, David and Bella drove Luna to the Sydney Harbor Bridge. As soon as the family sat down in the car, Ralph Freeman's picture fell to the ground, shattering the glass. Luna was excited that her dream would come true today. But Bella and David were concerned by something else. It was evening when they reached the Sydney Harbor Bridge.
Finally, we made it. Daddy, this bridge wasn't that far.
Now look quickly. We have to get back home soon.
But Mommy, we just got here.
Luna was admiring the bridge as her eyes filled with tears.
It's so big. How did Grandpa build this bridge?
Just then, Luna touched the bridge railing, and the bridge suddenly began to tremble. 3 skeletons buried inside the bridge opened their eyes.
Daddy, what's going on?
We should get out of here, now!
But why? What is going on? What are you hiding from me?
This bridge is a curse for our family. An accident occurred while constructing this bridge. 3 workers fell to their deaths from this bridge. They were holding the railings when your grandfather came running. They pleaded for help from your grandfather, but your grandfather was afraid he would die too if he helped them. So he left them there. All 3 workers were buried under this bridge, and their souls are trapped here. Your grandfather spoke of seeing 3 skeletons here, and then one day his corpse was found on this bridge. He wrote in his diary that no one from our family should ever come to this bridge.
Daddy, you should have told me this earlier.
Let's get out of here.
Get in the car.
Luna and Bella got in the car, but as David opened the car door, a skeleton blew him up in the air, along with the door.
Bella, get Luna out of here.
Bella ran to the driver's seat to get them away, but as she got to the opening, another skeleton blew her into the air. "Run away, Luna!" Luna was shocked. She tried to run, but she couldn't get away. Her legs were running as fast as she could, but the bridge wouldn't end.
Today our revenge will be complete. Freeman's family will come to an end.
The skeleton grabbed Luna's throat and slammed her to the ground. But then the locket around Luna's neck opened, revealing the cross inside. The locket shined brightly. When the skeleton tried to touch Luna again, he got shocked. Luna realized that this locket would protect her. Luna tried to run away again, but the bridge was getting longer. What do I do now? How do I get off of this bridge? Luna's eyes shot toward the river, and she jumped over the railings into the waters below. Luna was an excellent swimmer. The skeletons were chasing Luna, but couldn't catch her. Luna swam across the river to safety. Luna sits in front of her grandfather's photo frame yet again. She still bears the locket around her neck, but now she is 70 years old rather than 18. She still cries whenever she remembers the accident that occurred at Sydney Harbor.
Going to that bridge was the biggest mistake of my life. Forgive me, Grandpa, Mommy, Daddy. I am sorry.
The end.
The Loch Ness Monster. This is the story from the year 1960. Toby came to live with his entire family in a city called Scottish Highland. His house was a short distance from Loch Ness Lake. Loch Ness was beautiful. People used to come from all over the world to see that lake. While unpacking things, Toby came to his wife, Deja, and told her some things about the area. Look, Deja, this city is very beautiful, but there's a secret legend that we have yet to discover.
What are you talking about, Toby?
See that lake in the distance? That's Loch Ness Lake. They say that deep beneath the beautiful water is a terrible monster named Nessie. Deja smiled and went back to her work.
You are impossible, Toby. Can't you see how beautiful that lake is? So majestic and serene.
Ah, what do you know? That monster lives under that lake. That's why everyone keeps their distance from the water. And why the only sightings have been from a distance. Everyone stays away, especially after that accident.
Accident? What accident?
20 years ago, a traveler came to this city. He went to Loch Ness Lake and started washing his face with water. Soon, he saw a long-necked monster come out of the lake, and it swallowed him alive. Ever since then, everyone keeps their distance.
But how did the monster get into the lake?
This thing is ancient, from centuries ago. It's said that ever since the lake was formed, that monster lived in that lake. He sleeps for 20 years, coming back one night to hunt.
Okay, I will take care of that we don't go down to the lake.
One day, while Deja was working in the kitchen, Kevin, their son, came running into the kitchen.
What happened, Kevin?
Mommy, I don't like it here.
Why, Kevin?
I don't want to stay here anymore. Mommy, I don't have any friends here. I don't know who to play with. There's nothing to do.
Oh, we can solve that problem. Just go into that field and befriend the other children who are playing.
Okay, Mommy, good idea.
Take care, and remember, don't go near the lake, understand?
Okay, Mommy, got it.
Harry, Rachel, and Michelle were playing in that field. Kevin came to them and stood there, watching them play. Harry saw Kevin and came over to him and started talking to him.
Hey, my name is Harry. You're new in town, aren't ya?
Yes, my name is Kevin. My mom, father, and I have come here only last week. Can I play with you guys?
Sure. Let me show you around.
Harry called Rachel and Michelle over and introduced them to Kevin. After a few days, all four became good friends. They wandered and played together throughout the day. One day, Kevin was sitting silent when Harry came over.
What happened, Kevin? Why are you sitting so quietly?
I heard about that lake not far from here. Loch Ness? I hear it's really beautiful.
Harry became very nervous.
Well, wait, nobody told you about Loch Ness? Children are forbidden to go near the lake.
But why?
A long-necked demon named Nessie lives in that lake.
But other people also go there to see it, right? Then why don't we?
Those who go to see that lake all look at it from far away. We children are not even allowed to see that lake from a distance.
Please, Harry, we're no longer children. We can also see the lake from a distance, right? Let's go, please.
But what if somebody finds out?
No one will know. We'll go in secretly to see the lake.
Okay, fine. Then let's go tomorrow evening, so no tourists will be around, and we'll go see the lake, but only from a distance.
Kevin and Harry set out to see their lake.
I'm very curious to see that lake. Ever since I was born, I have heard the name of that lake.
Then today your wish can come true.
Kevin and Harry looked at each other and smiled and started walking towards the lake. It was evening before they reached the lake. Harry and Kevin looked towards the lake. They had never seen such a beautiful lake. It seemed so special, even from a distance. Harry and Kevin kept looking at the lake for a while. After some time, Harry asks Kevin to walk home.
Come on, Kevin, it's really late. Let's go back.
Wait a while, won't you?
No, Kevin, we really should go now. We're gonna get in trouble. Let's go. Now.
Harry turned back and started walking, but behind him, he heard Kevin's footsteps running away. He turned to look back towards the lake.
Kevin, what are you doing? Don't go there!
Harry tried to stop him. Kevin approached the water. A huge red eye opened up inside the lake. Kevin stood close to the lake and started looking around.
What a beautiful view. Just heavenly.
Kevin turned back and called to Harry to come near him.
Harry, you also come here. There's no monster. It's all a rumor. It looks fantastic.
Harry looked at Kevin, standing at the water's edge, and was terrified to see a huge, long-necked monster rise up silently out of the water. That monster looked so big and terrible that Harry froze in fright. Kevin turned around. He trembled with fear. Nessie the monster roared in his face. The monster's eyes were red and he had big ears. Kevin gathered every ounce of will and began to run away, but the monster was too fast.
Harry, what's wrong? What happened?
The monster from the lake, it's back. It got Kevin down at the shore. His leg. Harry broke down and started crying. Toby and Deja were panicked and took off running towards the lake. As they came close, they saw other people who were staring from a distance. The monster held Kevin in his mouth, shaking his head violently. Everyone was horrified to see that monster.
Help! Save me! Someone save me!
Oh, Kevin, Toby, do something! He will kill our son!
Toby ran towards the monster with a beam of wood, but as he got close, the Nessie monster swinged its neck at Toby, and he was thrown backwards to the ground. Seeing this, everyone got scared and retreated and started running away from there. The monster began to roar louder. He was swallowing Kevin alive inside of his mouth and started to descend slowly down into the lake. Seeing this, Deja got angry and she started running towards the monster.
No, you can't take my son. I will not let this happen.
Deja picked up a sharp stick and aimed it towards the monster's eye. Her aim was true, and the stick poked right into the monster's eye. The creature shrieked and blood filled its eye. It clawed at the stick, trying to get it out, and spewed Kevin out of its mouth. Kevin fell in the shallow water near the shore, covered with monster slime. The monster flailed in pain as it flopped back into the deeper water, unable to remove the spike from its eye. Deja saved her son Kevin's life. It is said that the monster never came out of the lake again. Black Nun. This story is from 1989. 3 girls in England, Cheryl, Agnes, and Diana, used to live together on a PG basis. All 3 used to work in different places, and slowly the friendship of the 3 became very deep.
Agnes, what kind of boy do you want to marry? I'll marry a rich boy so that I can be in comfort my whole life. Oh my. And Cheryl, you? I'm very happy with my bank's work. Money is not everything. He should be a good life partner. I think both partners should have jobs and run the home together. That's my wish. You and your bank job. I just want such a husband who's a slave to his wife.
A few days later, it is Cheryl's birthday. Agnes and Diana made a plan to throw a surprise birthday party together. They had decorated the room before Cheryl had arrived that evening.
But Agnes has her birthday at midnight. She will come before from the office, and our surprise will be spoiled. Oh yes, I hadn't thought of that. You do one thing. I will decorate the room, and you take her out of the office to roam somewhere and bring her back till midnight. Wow, that idea sounds fine. I will take her with me to watch a movie.
And Diana arrives at Cheryl's bank before her work is over for the day.
Hey, Diana, what are you doing here? I thought I would take you to see a movie after this boring work. Want to come? Oh, well, that invite sure is a surprise. And where's Agnes? I don't know where she's at today, but both of us can go and watch a movie.
And thus, Diana makes an excuse to her friend's boss, and she takes her friend Cheryl to the movie. All the while, Agnes is preparing a surprise birthday party for her. Both are returning home after watching a movie late that evening.
The movie was very good, Diana. Thank you. No problem, my friend. You do all that boring work at the bank. You deserve some entertainment.
While walking home from the movie and chatting along the way, suddenly a woman appeared in front of them. She was very ugly, and she wore the clothes of a nun. She walked as if floating on air. Cheryl and Agnes were shocked at this mysterious woman that suddenly appeared in front of them.
Who are you?
Diana stands behind Cheryl. She doesn't want to approach further due to the fear.
Have you seen my brother, Peter? Peter? Who's he? I don't know any Peter. You work at Bank of England, don't you? Yes. And yet you don't know Peter? He's my brother. Where is he? Come on, Cheryl. Let's go. Don't answer her. I think she's crazy. Let's leave. You know my brother Peter. He used to work in the Bank of England, too. I don't know. I have no idea who he is. You don't know then?
And the nun starts walking forward, screaming, and clutches Cheryl's neck. Suddenly her eyes turn deep red. And instead of tears, blood streams from her eyes. Suddenly her nails grow longer and sharper. holding Cheryl by the neck. As she begins to fly up in the air, and she starts laughing loudly. Diana turns away after watching this nightmare unfold before her.
Leave, my friend, leave!
The woman takes Cheryl to a very high place and drops her from that immense height. Cheryl's head collides with the ground and immediately cracks open upon impact, and she begins bleeding out. And that mysterious woman disappears in the wind. Diana runs towards her dear friend, trying to help, but by then she has lost too much blood. Through tears, Diana pleads to her deceased friend.
Cheryl, come on, wake up. Today's your birthday. See? Agnes made a surprise plan for you. Get up now.
In a while, a crowd gathers. The police car and the ambulance also come there. They pick up Cheryl's body. Diana is crying and giving a statement at the police station. Then Agnes arrives there.
Agnes, our Cheryl is gone. She left us on her birthday. That woman killed Cheryl.
Which woman? Who was she? Please tell us in detail. Then help us to sketch her. Diana dictates all the reports while weeping continuously. When the sketch arrives, everyone sees that the woman looks like a black nun. Look, ma'am. Don't cry. We are very sorry for your friend's death. Her case is not normal. We will do a full inquiry on her behalf, but I feel this is the case of the black nun. We can catch a living person, but what about the dead?
Black nun? Dead person? What are you saying? I don't understand.
Oh, Dr. Robert will be able to explain it all to you better than I could. Please go to him. Here is his address.
Who is he?
He is a paranormal activity expert and is currently researching the Black Nun.
What are paranormal activists?
These are the experts who research demonic forces and things that normal people cannot control. Both Diana and Agnes come to meet Dr. Robert the next day by making an appointment in advance. They see that his room is very bright, and strange machinery was set up. There is also a pentagram in the corner, and the doctor was sitting beside it. Welcome, Diana and Agnes. How are you?
Do you know us?
Yes, the inspector told me all about you. I will also research Cheryl's case. Have you brought the photo?
Yes.
Robert puts her photo in the middle of the pentagram, and he keeps watching it carefully. Robert starts mumbling quiet to himself. My suspicion was right. This is the work of the Black Nun, and I'm so very sorry your friend fell prey to her. Now, nothing can be done.
But why? Who? Or what?
Punishment can be given to those who are normal human beings, but the Black Nun is a spirit. Many years ago, in a village, two siblings, Sarah Whitefield and Peter, used to live happily. Peter found a good job in the city of the Bank of England. Sarah, I got a new job, and now I have to go to the city. But don't worry about me. I will keep sending you money, and I will also keep coming to visit you. Peter comes to town and starts his new job at the bank. Initially, he works honestly, but slowly, he gets addicted to earning quick money and starts betting the bank's money. I will become a very rich man one day. But the matter of Peter's fraud reaches the top of the management team, and he is handed over to the police. The case goes on for many days, and British law sentences him to death. And Peter is killed. All the while, Sarah Whitefield was unaware of Peter's whereabouts for months. She finally takes a trip to the city and goes to the bank to find her brother.
Where is my brother, Peter?
We don't know. The bank staff hides the truth from Sarah for many days. but she is very persistent and shows up there every day to look for her brother.
Where is my brother?
We do not know. He has not come in for a long time. Sarah senses something is suspicious, and she comes to the bank every day to inquire about Peter. One day, the bankers get tired of her and tell her the truth. Hearing that, Sarah's heart breaks completely. Seeing the horrible emotional state that Sarah was in, the bank people announced to give her a pension on the condition that she would not come to the bank again. After some days, Sarah dies, and she's buried in the backyard of the bank. But suddenly, after some days, people in the bank saw Sarah. And again, she starts asking of her brother's whereabouts.
Have you seen my brother, Peter?
No. And Sarah converts into a black nun. Whoever answers her questions, she kills them in anger by smashing their head on the ground. The same thing happened to your friend, Cheryl. She has been a victim of the anger of the Black Nun.
But our friend was killed unnecessarily. How was it her fault?
I can understand your grief. God bless her soul. And a few days later, on the same path, the Black Nun again kills another person, and she continues to be the cause of fear in the city, even today. The end. The Hook Man. This is a story from 1956. It takes place in a small town in America where Sophie and her boyfriend, Henry, lived. They both loved each other very much and spent every moment they could together. One day, after coming home from college, Henry went to meet Sophia at her house and told her,
Sophia, today my dad's left his car at home, and he's gone out of town for a business trip. You gotta make up some excuse tonight so we can take the car for a long drive together.
Okay, I will.
Sophia and Henry were driving near a forest. Music is playing on the radio. Suddenly, a man appears in front of them. The man didn't have a hand, but rather a steel hook for his hand. The man was standing there, dressed in a black cloak, and looked like a black shadow. Sophia screams upon seeing the man, and Henry immediately slams on the car's brakes. The both of them are greatly scared.
Are you all right, Sophia?
Yes, I'm fine, Henry. But who was that man?
I have no idea. He was standing in the middle of the road. You wait here, I'll go and take a look.
No, let it go, Henry. Let's leave this place. We shouldn't stop here.
Okay, let's go.
Henry parks his vehicle near the forest, and romantic music is playing on the radio.
What is this, Henry? Why did you park here?
So we could have a good time together. Henry takes Sophia's hand and gets close to her. As they embrace, there's a loud noise over their car, as if someone has beaten a hammer on it. There's a sound of scratching. Sophia covers her ears and says,
What's happening, Henry? Let's get out of here.
Strangely, the car will not start when Henry tries to start it. He attempts to try and start the car 2 or 3 more times. Finally, it starts, and Henry puts the pedal to the metal and tears out of there with wheels screeching against the pavement. The young couple hears an announcement on the radio in the midst of the fearful silence. We interrupt your regularly scheduled broadcast to give you a news. We have just come to learn that the Hook Man has once again returned to the city, and he is preying on local youth as his victims. So take care and be cautious. On hearing the announcement, Sophie was clearly shaken. Fear was clearly evident on her face. Henry asks her,
What happened, Sophia? Who is this Hook Man, and why did you begin shivering as soon as you heard his name?
You don't know, Henry. you came to this city a few years ago. 10 years ago, in 1946, my aunt's daughter Anna and her boyfriend went on a hike. They camped on the hill by themselves and set up a tent. As they both went to the tent, Anna heard a voice, and she was a little scared. When both of them saw the shape outside, a man was standing in front of their tent, very scary and evil looking. His hand nails were long, his eyes were an eerie red, and one of his hands was made up of a steel hook.
I will not let the two of you go, or you will kill every loving couple.
Anna's boyfriend got angry after hearing this, and he attacked the hookman. But hookman stabbed him in his neck and hooked him in the face, and the boyfriend died on the spot. Anna was running away from him when hookman hit Anna's neck and punches her and stabs her in the face. My sister fainted, and when she came to her senses, she returned to the house injured. After all this, she's not been able to recover for dating. She stays in her room, neither talks to anyone, nor does she agree to ever get married.
But who is this hookman, and why would he do this?
Such incidences were increasing rapidly in the city. Couples were murdered every day. We don't understand who the hookman is, why he was doing this, and to this very day, we've not been able to figure out who he is.
Sophia is telling Henry all this, and suddenly his vehicle is attacked again. As if someone is hitting the vehicle with a hammer.
Henry, hurry up. Let's go to my house.
Then Hookman broke the glass of the car with his hook. The lava of blood dripping from his red eyes, his pointed teeth, and his terrible face. He dragged Sophia out of the car with the hook. Henry quickly tried to strike Hookman by getting out of the car. But Hookman strikes with his hook on the young man's face, and Henry's face turns red with blood. He starts screaming in pain, and he dies. Sophia runs off to save her life.
I will not let anyone live. I will surely not let anyone live. I will kill everyone in this city, and no one will be able to succeed in love. Nobody.
Sophia runs away to her Uncle John. Her uncle is a paranormal activist. She tells them the whole story.
Why has he come back? Uncle, why does he want to kill everyone? He killed Henry too. I'm so scared.
My dear, first of all, you should drink some water. I know what happened to Anna, and now it has come back, which means all of you youngins are in danger now.
But why is he killing all of the young people?
It's said that 50 years ago, a boy named Kevin Hook lived in this city. He was a blacksmith. Kevin loved the girl, but he could not marry that girl, for the girl's father was very rich. They broke Kevin's love with his money, and to keep Kevin away from his daughter, he cut off one of Kevin's hands and beat him severely. Kevin nearly died. It is said that he made the hook for himself and applied it to his own hand. Now he kills every loving couple and comes to this city every 10 years and does the hunting, and everyone calls him Hookman.
Uncle, I have to avenge Henry's death with this Hookman. He has also ruined my sister. I will not leave him be. Please help me.
Okay, I'll help you.
Sophia stands near the forest with her friend Peter and is waiting for Hookman.
Sophia, I am so scared. What if Hookman kills me?
Nothing will happen. Have faith.
Sophia hugs Peter, and suddenly strong winds blow mightily through the forest. Sophia sees Hookman standing in front of her, the blood dripping from his hook. and blood raging in his eyes.
I said I'd kill every lover.
Hookman reaches out his hand and grabs Peter's leg with the hook and hangs him on a tree.
I will not leave anyone, not leave anymore.
Hookman reaches with the other hand and lifts Sophia by the neck. Sophia suffocates, and at the same time, Uncle John, who was hidden behind a tree, appeared, and he put a locket around Hookman's neck. Hookman's strength started to decrease. He started to groan loudly. His hook fell off from his hand, and he slowly disappeared into the air. And thus, the end of Hookman. The Licked Hand. This is a story from 1956. Hannah lived with her entire family in a small town in Chicago. She was 12 years old and had a pet dog named Tom. She is very fond of him. Hannah takes Tom everywhere and spends all her time with him. On this day, Hannah's parents were preparing to go on a trip.
Hannah, you really should come with us. We can't just leave you here alone.
Oh, Mom, I'm not a child. I can take care of myself and this house. You go without me, and don't worry. Plus, Tom is also with me. We'll be fine.
It's all right, Rosie. Hannah, you can stay. We'll be back by tomorrow morning. It's only a matter of one night. Let's go. Hannah, you have to lock all the windows and doors, okay?
Okay, Daddy.
Hannah's mom and dad walk away. Hannah comfortably sits on the couch and turns on the radio.
Keep listening to Horror Stories with Peter.
Oh, wow. This is my favorite program, but Mom and Dad never let me listen. But today, I can do anything I want. So, I will listen to horror stories today.
Hannah turns up the sound of the radio, and the program begins.
Today's story is a bit interesting because it is said that it is based on a true incident. This is the story of Halsett Street in our city of Chicago.
Wow, that's my street. Halsett Street means I will hear the story of our place today. I am very much excited.
This incident is from 20 years ago. A common man named Walter lived on Halsett Street. He had no family, so he adopted a lot of dogs. Many of his distant relatives had their eye on Walter's property. Some would even go to his house and try to kill him so they could inherit his house. But Walter had a pure heart. His loyal dogs would always save him. One day, a distant cousin named Mark came to his house. Mark wished to gain Walter's property, and one night Mark went to Walter's room and added poison to his water. Walter drank the water and died in his sleep. Mark took over all the property, but Walter's loyal dogs did not leave. They surrounded the new homeowner and ate him. For years, the vicious beasts kept everyone away from that house. Until, one by one, the dogs each starved, laid down by their master's dead body, and died with him. Hannah is scared to hear the story.
Wow, that's a scary story. I'd better go close all the windows and doors like Dad said. Mom and Dad will be home in the morning anyway.
Hannah closes all the windows and lays down on the bed to sleep. But she is afraid. She wraps herself in her blanket and covers her head. Then the flower pot falls from the table on her side table. Hannah screams.
Tom!
Tom arrives and sits on the side of the bed.
Please don't go anywhere leaving me here, Tom. I am very scared.
Hannah hangs her hand from the bed and Tom licks her hand, and Hannah falls asleep. At midnight, Hannah's eyes open completely, and it looks like something has bitten her hand.
Tom, what have you done? Why have you bitten me?
Hannah looks into the room, but Tom is not there, and there is a sound of crying. Hannah arrives in the hall looking for him.
Where are you, Tom? Come out! What happened, my boy?
Hannah hears the crying coming from inside an empty room. Hannah opens the door and sees Tom hanging upside down in the air, and his eyes are bloody red. And on the wall is written, "We can lick too." Hannah gets scared and starts running away. Suddenly, Tom becomes a terrible monster. His sharp teeth, red eyes, and blood dripping down from his mouth was scary. It was the ghostly souls that came inside. Hannah is running away, and Tom came running from behind, taking her leg in his mouth, and pulls her backwards.
Leave me! Let me go!
This animal is loyal to you right now. This will kill himself.
Tom bites Hannah's leg fiercely, and her leg bleeds. She limps away. Tom destroys the entire house.
Leave me, Tom! Please let me go! You are my faithful Tom! Recognize me!
Tom starts staring at her. Hannah calms herself, puts her trembling hand on his head and pets him. Tom slowly starts remembering Hannah. But then the ghosts take over Tom again. Tom's face turns red with anger. His pointed teeth become large. He is enraged to kill Hannah. He attacks Hannah and injures her badly. Hannah faints. The next morning, Hannah's mom and dad are knocking on the door of the house for quite a while, but only the sound of barking comes from inside. Hannah, open the door, sweetie. Hannah!
What happened, honey? It's so late. Why isn't Hannah opening the door? And this Tom is also barking. I'm very nervous.
Wait, I will break down the door. They enter, and both scream. Hannah's corpse is lying on the floor, and Tom is circling her and barking continuously.
My baby girl! What happened to my baby girl? Who killed her?
Both start crying, and they're not able to handle the shock that Hannah is no longer alive. Rosie and Hannah are crying near Hannah's body. Then Tom comes to their back and starts snarling at Rosie and the father. Turn and look back in horror and are surprised to see Tom. Then Tom starts to slowly move towards them.
What has happened to Tom? Why is he watching us like this?
They both look at Tom. Tom, sit down. Tom, what has happened to you? I said sit down. Didn't you hear me, Tom? Tom leaps at them. And they both start screaming, and all the birds fly away, and all the dogs in the city can be heard howling. Hannah's parents also leave the world like Hannah.
Sabrina. This story is from 1935. In a small town in Indonesia, Johnny and Maria used to live with a little girl by the name of Kits. Kits was Johnny's niece. Both of them adopted her after the death of her parents.
Dear, why aren't you happy?
Where is my mother and father, Uncle?
Now we are your mother and father.
2 years had passed, but Kits still always remained depressed. Johnny owned a famous toy shop. His dolls were famous throughout all of Indonesia. Johnny created a very famous brand of dolls, and he named them Sabrina. And one day, Johnny brings home a Sabrina doll for Kits.
Maria, this is a gift for Kits. You give it to her.
What's this, Dad?
This is Sabrina doll, dear. which your father has specially made for you. It is also bigger than the rest of the dolls.
Thank you, Aunt.
No, honey. Say thanks to your father. Kits always pretended to be happy, but in her heart, she missed her parents a lot. In a few days, she joins the 8th class, and Johnny and Maria put her in a school outside the city. She also made some good friends at school.
What's your name?
My name is Kits.
My name is Bush, and I'm your class monitor. This is my group, Bishop, Martin, and Lyra.
And soon, Kits starts to focus in school, and now she is a little happier than before. But even today, she misses her mother and father very much. One day at school, Bush is playing a game with all the other children, by which dead souls can be called, and then they can talk to them. They can come from another world to our world.
What are you doing, Bush?
Sit quietly near me, Kits. I'm calling my granny here. I loved her very much, and it has been many days past since I saw her.
So, does this game bring dead people?
Yes, they will come, only if you call them properly, but you have to make sure that you send them back very carefully. If not sent back properly, they can create a lot of destruction in our world.
Bush starts playing the game. Someone turns off the lights in the room, and after a while, a spirit appears. Pictures in the entire room start shaking. Suddenly, Bush's granny appeared there. Bush starts talking to her, and Kits carefully kept a watch on all this. Everybody chants and talks to the evil spirits after Bush's granny leaves, so that she could return to her entity and would not remain on Earth.
Go back, Granny. It was good to meet you today. Now you can return to where you came from.
In this way, I can also meet my mother. Now I know where she went suddenly. Bush, will you please teach me this game? I also want to meet my mother.
Okay, Kits. I will teach you, but promise me that you will do it by yourself. And also, whatever soul you choose to call, you will be sure to say that incantations to send that soul back to their world.
Okay, Bush, I'll take care of that.
And Bush explains to Kits all the rules of the game, and also gives her the pentagram from which the entity would be called. At midnight of the dark moon, Kits closes the door of her room and hangs the pentagram in the room and starts the dark ritual by placing a candle in the middle of the pentagram and started invoking her mother and father.
Please come back, please come back. I call upon evil to call you back.
Then there is a loud knock on the door. Kits opens the door swiftly, keeping everything hidden. Her Aunt Maria brings Sabrina doll to the room, and she gives it to Kits. You had left it outside, hun, so I came to give it to you. Good night.
Whew, I almost got caught. I would have been in so much trouble. Now I'll have to wait till the next dark moon to call my mother.
What are you thinking, hun?
Nothing, Aunt. I'm just feeling drowsy. Thank you for the doll.
Kits falls asleep with the doll. As soon as she falls asleep, Sabrina doll's eyes opened and she flies in the air, then sits on a nearby chair. This means that Kit's devil worship of Kit was not in vain, and the demon was attempting to enter the doll after coming from another world. Now Sabrina kept changing her place from one world to the other.
Tomorrow night, I'll hang up the pentagram again, and I'll summon my mom. Nothing can stop me from meeting her now.
Kits hangs the pentagram again the next night, and then unexpectedly, the movement begins in Sabrina doll. She slowly starts transforming into a demon, and all of a sudden, her nails begin to grow into claws, and her hair turns a vicious red. Her feet turn backwards, and she's dangling with her feet from above the ground. And then, she suddenly attacks Maria.
I will kill you. I will kill you.
Who are you? How did you come to my home? Go away from here! And then, furiously, the demon attacks Maria and her husband, both of them bleeding badly. The demon doll tries to enter Maria's body, but somehow, both of them escape from the house. What is happening? Who was that? And how did it come to our house?
I don't know, Maria. We'll have to find out. I have a friend named Darla. She is a paranormal expert. We should meet her as soon as possible.
Run before it does more damage!
Both Maria and Johnny approach Darla and tell her everything that happened.
She's an old woman who's come to resolve some unfinished business.
What should we do?
We have to go back to your home to find it.
Armed with this new knowledge, all of them return to the house and summon the demon with the help of the Charlie game and pentagram. But the demon was very powerful, and she set the game aflame and turned it to ashes. It suddenly became dark throughout the whole house. All photos crashed, thumped, and trembled against the walls. Then Kits approached them, and she was flying in the air.
Hey, what happened to Kits?
Stay away from her. She's possessed. The demon is inside her. Get away.
No! How can I leave my child alone?
Then Kits lunges violently forward and attacks them. Sometimes she hangs upside down on the wall, and sometimes starts flying. Her strength was so great that all 3 grown adults were unable to restrain her. It looked as if blood was dripping from her eyes. And then suddenly, she seized Maria's throat.
I will not let you go.
Then, Darla starts chanting loudly, and she catches Kits from the back. After removing the demon from her, they all exited the house and quickly closed the door.
We closed the door. Now she won't be able to get us.
But who was she, Darla? And why did she start following us?
She was Baiga demon, daughter of Satan, the strongest evil power. Someone apparently summoned her into the house, and that's how Baiga demon got in. But who would do such a thing? Who would be so stupid?
On hearing this, Kits starts crying out loud.
I did it, Auntie.
I wanted to meet my mother, so I tried to contact her.
Oh, what have you done? Your mother also called this same demon, and in the process of trying to send her back, that's how your mother died.
What? Well, what should we do now?
Johnny and Maria, there is only one way to kill her. There's a dagger in the cave of Black Mountain. We got to get it. Only with that knife can we send Baiga back to her world. Otherwise, she'll come back to life.
So, let's not delay. Hurry up before she takes on human form.
Maria and Johnny bring a dagger from the hill mentioned by Darla, and they think that everything will be all right now. But they are gravely mistaken. While coming out of the house, Kits brings Sabrina doll with her. For a while, Doll stays calm. But after some time, the Baiga demon enters inside her, and the doll's eyes begin to open.
Who are you? What else do you want from us?
I will kill you too, and will take you to my world with me.
And while speaking, she suddenly possesses Maria. Maria's form changes completely. She starts flying in the wind. Johnny, Darla, and Kits get nervous seeing this. Darla starts chanting fast.
In the name of Jesus, demon, go away! In the name of Jesus, demon, go away!
And Darla starts chanting loudly, spraying holy water on the possessed Maria. Baiga is unable to tolerate this, and she immediately attacks Darla. She tries her best to take the diary from Darla's hand, and she sinks her teeth in her neck and starts tearing at her flesh.
Leave her alone! Leave, Darla! What has she ever done to you?
Don't talk! Bring a dagger!
But what if something happens to Maria?
Nothing will happen. I'm reciting the chant. You throw a dagger at her.
There is a lot of fight take place. Then Darla starts reciting the chant loudly, and Johnny comes from behind and attacks Maria with a dagger. The Baiga demon escapes from inside Maria and falls away wailing in pain.
Darla starts spraying holy water on her. Slowly, the Bahiga gets vanished with sheer smoke, and Darla immediately sets Sabrina doll on fire, and it burns to ashes.
What are you doing?
We have to burn it so that Bahiga can never come back again.
Slowly but steadily, everything returns to normal, and Kits also starts accepting Johnny and Maria as her parents. But one day, Johnny brings again a new doll for Kits, and we can see that her eyes suddenly get opened at night. Dracula. This story is in the year 1930. Jack, along with his two brothers, Harry and Kevin, comes to Salem, which the small town that their grandmother lives in, for Christmas. One afternoon, the three were sitting in Grandma's house when Harry spoke up.
Come on, guys, let's go somewhere. Do something. This afternoon is so boring.
Yeah, man. Great idea. Let's go. No, dude. I don't want to go. You both go.
Jack, bro, Julie is coming to meet us. I talked with her this morning, but no problem if you don't want to come.
Julie's coming? Then I'm game.
Harry and Kevin look at each other and laugh. Then they all go to meet Julie. Julie is his childhood friend, and Jack and Julie like each other very much.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm good. How about you? They are talking and wandering around the whole town. There's a cemetery a little closer to the forest, near where Jack spies a dilapidated, abandoned home.
Julie, tomorrow come meet me here in the evening. Seems like no one comes here, which would be great, because then we could hang out.
Julie smiles and says yes to Jack's invitation. The next evening, Jack and Julie return to the decrepit house to spend time together.
No one will disturb us here. This place is a wreck, and we can talk for hours and not disturb anybody.
Have you heard what folks say about this house? I heard that it's Dracula's home. 100 years ago, the terror of bats in this town had increased. Everywhere the bats kept flying and scratching and hurting people every day. One day, a man named Victor was returning to his home when he sees a black cat with blood-red eyes. Upon beholding this sight, he was struck with fear.
What an evil-looking creature. Looks nothing short of a pure, vile, evil, sinister monster.
Then suddenly, the cat comes near him and scratches his leg with its sharp claws as a bat simultaneously bites him, leaving a scar on his neck. Victor suddenly begins to feel very badly. Suddenly, his teeth start becoming pointed, and his finger and toenails begin growing.
What's happening to me? Maybe I should go home early today.
As Victor rushes to his house, his entire appearance has changed, and he discovers that he has transformed into a hideous, terrible Dracula. Suddenly, he feels an insatiable thirst for blood. He cannot control himself, and he drinks his wife's blood. But his thirst is still unquenched, so he also drinks the blood of his 3 innocent children. Dracula's terror in the town increases so much that people stop leaving their homes. Then, one night, Victor the Dracula writes on a hill with his own blood.
I will come again after 100 years.
After writing this message, he disappears into the dark and gloomy confines of his house.
Wow, what a dumb story.
Yes, it is! Now, it's not known whether it's real or not, but word around town is that now 100 years have passed and Dracula could wake up anytime.
Come on, Julie. Enough of these scary stories. It's too late to talk of such things. I'll see you again tomorrow, at same time.
On the same night, the terror of bats again takes place in the small town. Angry squeaking from the bats, and in the midst of all this pain and chaos, Dracula's eyes open. The next evening, when Jack was leaving his house to meet Julie, Harry stops him.
Bro,
You hardly spend any time with us because you're always with Julie. Today, why don't you just stay home and play with us here? I want to spend time with Julie. You guys do your own thing and leave me alone, understand? Okay, fine. So, why don't you just go live in that creepy shack of a house with Julie?
Jack is waiting for Julie at the same house as before.
It's taking way too long, and there's still no trace of Julie yet. I wonder what the holdup is.
Then he noticed a door that had some blood on it. Jack finds that strange. All of a sudden, pitch black bats start flying over the house.
Whoa, this door leads to the Dracula's dungeon. But whose blood could this possibly be?
Jack slowly and cautiously made his way down the staircase and entered the dungeon. He peered warily around and saw 2 glittering eyes. These eyes approached him, and he soon realizes it's nothing but a cat. As Jack turned, he saw Julie's body hanging, with her blood dripping rhythmically to the dungeon's cold, hard floor.
Julie, what happened to you?
Jack is shocked at Julie's death. Then he suddenly hears the sound of footsteps behind him. When he looks back fearfully, a terrible Dracula stands behind him. As Jack tries frantically to escape, Dracula flies to him and sinks his razor-sharp fangs into Jack's neck, drinking his blood in the process. It's not long before Jack has also died a horrible death. Jack's mother, Jenny, is waiting for him, and she is very worried. Harry? Kevin? Where's your brother? Do you know what time it is?
Mom, Jack spends pretty much all day, every day, with Julie. I bet right this minute now that he's probably still with her.
But this is the day when storms break loose from the foreboding skies and the whole town is engulfed with a plague of bats. Jack's grandmother is greatly frightened.
Looks like Dracula is back. He said that he would return, and that when he did, he'd be sure to drain each and every person of their life source.
What? What are you talking about, Mother? It hasn't been 100 years yet. Suddenly, Jack's mother falls silent as her gaze wanders slowly over to the calendar. It has been 100 years since Victor's incident. Where is Jack? Why hasn't he come home yet?
I told him not to come home. I was awful to him. The 2 used to meet daily in the old house near the forest, and I gave them a hard time about it. I was being so stupid.
What? That house belonged to Victor.
Everyone is running around in fear of their lives as Dracula's terror reigns over the poor town. Harry, realizing that his brother Jack didn't come home because of him, goes to the old house to find his brother Jack.
Jack, dude, listen. I'm sorry for whatever I said earlier. Can you please come home? Where are you, brother? Can you forgive me?
Then a beam of light comes from a bat's eyes as it senses Harry's presence. Dracula sees Harry. Dracula looks at Harry with a gleam of hunger and instantly starts trying to figure out a way to add Harry's blood to his menu for the night. He subdues the bats, and they fly outside and follow Harry. Harry runs to attempt to avoid them and ends up entering that same dreaded house, leading straight to the dungeon. He sees blood all around him. His heartbeat quickens, and he can't seem to catch his breath, for it is in this very moment he stumbles upon Julie and Jack's corpses.
Brother.
Dracula appears in front of him and he screams loudly. Dracula is approaching him. Then, at the same time, Jenny shows up unexpectedly. She's looking for Jack and Harry as well. She puts her cross, which is in her locket, on Dracula's forehead, and Dracula shudders with pain. But before he gasps his last, he sinks his teeth into Harry's neck before he dies. Jenny frees Harry from the Dracula's grip, and then Dracula transforms and flies away as a flock of sinister bats. Harry, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine, Mom. But Jack and Julie...
Both Jenny and Harry start crying from the loss of Jack and Julie. The next day, Harry is resting on the bed when he suddenly starts feeling strange. He opens his eyes and studies his reflection in a mirror. Harry's teeth start to turn fang-like. And at that moment, his younger brother Kevin enters. Harry started leering at him greedily. Just one look at his brother caused him to desire to consume his blood. Harry then swoops on him and begins drinking Kevin's blood. Once full, Harry jumped out of the bedroom window and returned to the same old and decrepit house. And once again, a new Dracula resides there to terrorize the village of Solemn. The end.
Kuchi Sakiyana. Jack and Danielle were happily living with their 2 children, Nick and Eric, in Hiroshima City, Japan.
Mommy, I have to go to the garden.
No, son, it's too late. Don't go out now. We'll go to the garden tomorrow.
Let us go, Mommy. Both of us will go. We'll play cricket for a while and come back.
Okay, go. But promise me you'll take care of your younger brother, Eric.
Promise, Mommy.
And both brothers come to the garden for a while and are jumping and playing around a lot. They didn't realize that a beautiful masked woman was watching them both play. When she saw Eric, her eyes began to glow. The boys began to play cricket.
Yay, I hit a 6er.
Eric, don't hit the ball too hard. I don't want to have to run really far to go get it.
Nick feels that someone is standing behind him, but when he turns around, no one is there. While the boys play cricket, the woman with the mask slowly moves towards Eric. She is constantly staring at Eric. When she moves, it is as though she floats through the air. Suddenly, Eric hits the ball hard, far outside of the garden.
What did you do, Eric? You hit the ball so far. I told you I wouldn't go get it.
The wind is blowing the masked woman's hair, but her gaze is fixed on the boy Eric. She glides towards him. But as soon as Nick looks in her direction, she disappears.
Sorry, brother.
It's okay, I'll go get the ball. You stay right here, don't go anywhere.
Nick goes to look for the ball outside of the garden, while Eric stands there silently and alone. Suddenly, the woman comes and stands behind Eric.
Who are you?
Why do you want to know who I am? Just tell me. Am I beautiful?
Eric is confused and just stares at the masked woman. Suddenly, she flies up in the air a little and starts laughing aloud. Her eyes start shining.
Am I beautiful?
Yes.
As soon as he answers this, the woman wearing the mask started laughing aloud and slowly removed her mask from her face. Her whole face. Eric is shocked to see her. Her face is impaired, and her face is cut off in the middle. Her facial wounds seem very fresh, and it seems like blood will start bleeding at any moment. Her hair suddenly starts flying in the air, and her eyes turn red all over. She floats in the air. Slowly, her feet turn around backwards.
Am I still beautiful?
Eric is afraid and begins to sweat.
Tell me, am I still beautiful?
If I say no, she'll probably kill me. I had better say yes again. Yes!
The masked woman takes out a large pair of scissors and strikes Eric with them so that his face is cut from the middle of his lips, just like the woman. Blood starts coming out of Eric's mouth, and he starts to suffer. He falls down to the ground in pain. The masked woman disappears, but her laughter can be heard echoing in the distance. Then Nick returns with the ball.
Eric! Eric, why have you fallen?
Nick screams when he sees Eric's face, and he's horrified. He runs straight towards his house. His family comes hurriedly to the garden.
Eric, my child! What happened to you?
Don't panic, Danielle. We'll take him to the hospital. Some people in the crowd are looking at the boy with panic. Then an old lady comes ahead and speaks.
Looks like this is Anna's work. She has returned. She has come back.
Anna?
Kuchisaki Anna. Nothing can be done now. Your son has died. Take him home and grieve. And always remember the evil masked woman. And the creepy old lady, that would be me.
No, this can't be happening. Who is this masked woman? We don't even know her.
Then the police arrived. After a thorough examination, they give the body back to Jack and Danielle. Take your son's body. We have investigated. Both Jack and Danielle bury their son and arrive at the police station again. Yes?
Sir, our son was killed by a woman. Why don't you catch her?
Look, Danielle, we can catch a person who's alive, but this is not the first case. This is the 125th case. The police investigation is going on, and Kuchisaki again captures a child in the Nagasaki city.
Am I beautiful?
And Kuchisaki kills him as well. Your son has been killed by a ghost. We can't imprison a ghost, and she's probably already in another place, taking another life by now. But why? Kuchisaki Anna. You don't know about her? Let me tell you the legend. A long time ago, there used to be a woman named Kuchisaki in Japan. She was very beautiful, and she boasted about it more and more every day. She was married to a samurai. Kuchisaki, you are so beautiful, and I so lucky to have you.
I am the prettiest woman in the whole world. You should be proud of me and my beauty.
A few years later, the samurai had to go fight a war. Kuchi, now I have to go to battle. You take care of yourself, and yes, keep writing me letters. I love you.
I love you too.
The samurai was at war for a long time. Initially, Kuchisaki used to send letters to him. But slowly those letters stopped coming. On the other hand, Kuchisaki too had broken all boundaries of misconduct.
Kuchi, you're very beautiful. You should become mine.
I'll be yours. But only for one night. I do not want to share too much of my beauty with anyone.
Meanwhile, at war, the samurai received a letter from his good friend, who wrote to tell him everything about Kuchisaki. No, you can't do this to me. You are only mine. Only. A few days later, he returns home and sees a man with his wife in his house. Who is this? And why has he come to my house? I trusted you with my heart. My friend told me everything about you. He kills the man in the room and slowly moves towards Kuchisaki.
No, what are you doing? Don't come any closer.
The angry samurai walked towards her and took out his katana. You are very proud of your beauty, right? You consider yourself most beautiful woman in the world. So take this! In a fit of rage, the samurai moves forward, strikes Kuchisaki's face, and cuts her face from the middle of her lips. The face starts bleeding rapidly. Kuchisaki is suffering.
Why did you hit me?
Go, now show your face to everyone. Don't you seduce everyone with that face? No one will think you are beautiful now. Kuchisaki looks at herself in the mirror. Her face has become completely disfigured.
No, I'm beautiful. I'm very beautiful.
Speaking of this, Kuchisaki ran away from there to save her life. But she died.
I'm beautiful.
This is the same Kuchisaki. She has come back after so many years, and she is avenging her death now. That's really strange. Why target children? We don't know. She just asks, am I beautiful? If you say no, then she kills you. And if you say yes, then she cuts your face and kills you. And if you're not sure, she'll follow you home and kill you there. So it doesn't really matter. Whatever you say, she'll end up killing you.
So what do we do now?
You? Nothing. Even the greatest paranormal experts have not been able to trace her. You're not going to do anything? Just let her go? I will only say that you should go get a ghost expert and pray that everyone should be free from the terror of Kuchisaki. It is said that Kuchisaki continued to terrorize Japan and kill children for many years.
Am I beautiful?
No.
Until one day, she finally disappeared. Even today, people are surprised, wondering why did she come, and if she had come, and why did she leave, and if she left. The end.
The Candyman. This story takes place in 1992. James and Emma were twins who lived with their aunt, Mrs. Hudson, in Chicago. The twins studied in the same college. One day, Emma and James were returning home when James' friend Peter came to them and stopped them on their way.
What happened, Peter? Don't you intend to go home today?
Nope. Today's gonna be our night out.
What do you mean?
I mean that today we're all going to go to my Aunt Sophie's house. Her house is huge and we can have a great time there.
That sounds fun, Peter, but won't your aunt mind? Especially if you're bringing us as guests?
Nope. I already told Aunt Sophie that we'll come visit there on the weekends.
Emma and James started looking at each other and considered whether they should go to Peter's aunt's house or not. Peter talked them into it.
Come on, guys. It'll be very fun.
Okay, we'll go with you.
In the evening, they all met in one place and left for Sophie's house. The three reached Sophie's house. Peter knocked on the door. Sophie opened the door.
Hello, my children. How are you? I was waiting for you all.
Thank you, Aunt Sophie. This is my friend James, and this is James's sister, Emma.
It is very good that both of you also came. Peter talks a lot about both of you.
Everyone was talking together and looked happy. Sophie took them to a room. The room was very big and beautiful.
You guys sit down. I'll bring breakfast for you.
The three had breakfast and sat down together in the room. James and Peter were talking to each other, and Emma was looking through the books on the bookshelves on the wall. Just then, she looked at a book upon which Candyman was written. Emma started looking into the book. It had a photo of a man with one hand chopped off, and his face was covered with bees. James interrupted her thoughts.
What you doing, Emma? What are you looking at?
Who is this Candyman?
Oh, that book. Creepy, huh? Aunt Sophie told me about Candyman when I was young.
What did she say?
Some guy named Daniel Robitaille who lived in Chicago 50 years ago. He was very good at his studies and his painting skills, but no one talked to him much because he was studying with a scholarship in a rich college. One day, a girl named Rose was very impressed with his paintings to learn painting. He called Daniel at her house. Daniel started to go into Rose's house to teach painting. It didn't take long for the two of them to fall in love. But then Rose's father came to know about this, and he beat Daniel nearly to death, and then cut off one of Daniel's hands and put honey on his body and left him to the bees. Daniel died a painful death.
What happened to Daniel was so terrible.
It is said that Daniel's soul is still wandering, killing people even today.
What are you saying, Peter? Is this Candyman a ghost?
Yes, and it's said that if it calls Candyman's name 5 times while staring in the mirror, Candyman will come and kill that.
What rubbish is all this? That's not gonna happen.
I don't know what happens and what doesn't. I'm just repeating what I've been told.
Come on, Peter. Why do you guys keep even discussing this?
James and Peter continued talking, but Emma was still thinking about this Candyman. Emma, what are you thinking about?
I will call on Candyman's name 5 times in front of a mirror and see what happens.
Well, nothing will happen. But what if Candyman comes? That would be scary. Emma does not listen to Peter and stands in front of the mirror and starts naming Candyman.
Candyman, 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 Candyman.
Are you sure you want to do this, Emma? Still got time if you did. Emma smiled at Peter and called out Candyman's name for the 5th time.
Candyman.
They all started looking around them, but nothing changed. See? Nothing happened. The 3 turned to sit back in the place when the chandelier hanging in the room started moving, and everything in the room started quaking and shivering and crashing, and all 3 of them were scared.
What's going on, Peter?
I don't know. Come on, run. Let's go get Aunt Sophie.
But before they could, a swarm of honeybees came from the window and spread into the room. All 3 kids started waving their hands and feet to avoid the bees. Then smoke formed in the shape of a man before them. One of his hands was sliced off, and blood was dripping from the wrist. The other side of his body was covered in bees. The kids were terrified. You guys called me, and I came. Now, I will take you all with me.
This is Candyman. Run, guys.
Peter started running. Candyman splashed blood on Peter's face with his chopped off hand, and Peter's face started burning badly.
Peter, are you all right?
My face is burning! James, do something! James grabbed a jug of water, but as soon as he put his hands near Peter's face, the water turned into blood, and the blood fell on Peter's body, and now his whole body started burning. He collapsed on the ground in agony.
Peter!
James was shocked to see this. The Candyman came close to him and sent all the bees upon him. James's body was covered with bees and he was screaming in pain.
Please leave them. I have called you. Take revenge on me. Leave them alone.
I will take the biggest revenge on you. Emma ran to the open door, but the door was jammed shut, so that every effort was in vain. Outside, Aunt Sophie heard the pounding of the door on the children's room.
This voice is coming from the children's room.
Sophie ran to the door and tried to open it, but it wouldn't budge.
Peter, open the door.
From inside, Emma started crying and asking help from Sophie.
And save us! Candyman will kill us! Please save us! Candyman?
Sophie ran to her own room and stood in front of a mirror. Back in the room, Candyman came close to Emma. His eyes were red, and he was looking at Emma with anger. Candyman lifted Emma up into the air by her hair. In the other room, Sophie was standing in front of the mirror with a hammer, and she started repeating the name of Candyman and hammering on the glass at the same time. As soon as she hit the mirror the first time, Candyman's power began to fade. Honeybees began to leave James's body, and the blood on Peter's body began to wash away. What is happening to me? Why are my powers decreasing? He dropped Emma to the floor. Sophie's voice could be heard from the other room as she called out the name Candyman and smashed the mirror with the hammer. Candyman shattered onto the ground like glass and disappeared from the room. James and Peter started to get up from the ground in a wounded condition. Sophie ran inside the room.
Are you guys all right?
Yes, Aunt. We're all fine. It's my fault. I called him, and it was all because of me.
Never mind, Emma, but remember to never call him again.
Emma, James, and Peter returned to their homes, but they never forgot this incident.